everyone, this is Boricua Binks and welcome back to Let's Play Coffee Talk 2, Hibiscus and Butterfly, where we are continuing on in, I think it's day 5, last episode we had the lovely couple, Bailey's and Lua here, and unfortunately their wedding is causing them to butt heads yet again. And it's really sad to see them fighting again, but it's also very understandable. But thankfully, good old Hyde is here, and he's gonna be giving Bailey some advice. So, man, Hyde, you're really coming in clutch this game. I think because he's so popular, I think that's why they were like, oh yeah, we gotta utilize him more this time around, because I think we all really enjoyed him last time. So let's continue on. Let me ask you something. Go ahead. What do you want from this wedding? How do you mean? It's not complicated. I'm just asking what you want. If you close your eyes and picture the day, what do you see? Honestly, I have no clue. I know Lua is there, but that's about it. It's not a bad start, in truth, but if you don't have specific expectations, why don't you just let her do what she wants? You know what they say, happy wife, happy life. Let the wife choose everything. I think there's a lot of men, at least on, like, I used to watch Say It to the Dress and some other kind of, like, relationship-y kind of shows, and a lot of the times, I mean, they joke about it, but a lot of the times it's true, right? Like, the men will end up saying, you know what? Let her plan it, let her do it, and even though sometimes the woman will be like, you didn't help me at all. On the other hand, I feel like a lot of women are like, thank you, let me take charge of our special day. Because sometimes, unfortunately, the woman's just like, it's my special day, and the man's like, whatever, as long as we get married and I get to have my honeymoon night or whatever, wedding night and honeymoon, I'm happy. You know? At least that's what I've seen a lot. Doesn't mean it's like that for all couples. I think there's probably some where, you know, sometimes the groom will actually have a real strong opinion about what he wants on the wedding, you know, and then maybe sometimes that will lead to more clashing. And if you're a same-sex couple and you don't have those roles forced upon you, then it should be more of a collaborative effort, right? You should both be able to say, hey, I want this, or I like that, or I don't like that. But it's always going to lead to conflict anyway. So you just got to be careful. Somebody has to... Sometimes somebody's like, you know what? I don't want to fight. I love you, so I'll let you take charge. And I think that happens a lot in a lot of relationships in general. So Hyde might be right. I'm laughing, but I want to cry. You make it sound so easy. I want her to have what she wants, but she fights me. I saw it, literally. He's like, yeah, I want to get you what you want. She's like, no, it's about money. That's exactly what I've been trying to achieve. I've been picking up on everything she's liking on Tomodachi. Every wedding picture she's pinning online. All the places she finds cool. All the fashion designers she follows. She deserves to have all that. To have a special day. But every time I make a suggestion, she just won't hear of it. She says it's too much, too expensive, too this, too that. Is it too much, too expensive? That's not the point. I don't want her to have a shabby wedding. Just because I'm estranged from my family. I want her to have what she wants, what she deserves. A proper princess wedding. But that's also the issue, right? Like, if you're not being realistic, no matter what she's dreaming of, you don't want to ruin your future just for one day. You know, you don't want to put yourself in debt just for that one special day. So even though it's like sad to think of a shabby wedding, I'm more than okay with like taking time, right? Take the time to save up, to plan. That way you have a nice wedding. Not over the top, not super expensive, but nice enough that you're happy with it. And then if you have enough money left over, you can use that money in better ways, you know, for a honeymoon, for your future, for your kids, whatever. That's the smart way of handling it. You're a remarkably presumptuous young man, Mr. Hyde. No, that's all right. I know Hyde helped Lua back in the day. If he's got something to say, I want to hear it. Good, because I was going to say it, whether you like it or not. Because that's who he is. You're sitting here, going on about everything Lua should want, as if you could know what's in someone else's heart. Even when you love someone, no, especially when you love someone, you should never presume to know what they need. Lua is the only one who can tell what Lua wants. But that's exactly the problem. When I ask her, she always says she doesn't know. Then give her time to figure it out. It's not going to help if you pressure her, with 1,000 suggestions a minute. Or if you try to force her into some sort of princess wedding, just to make you feel good about yourself. But what if we take so long that we reach old age, and we're still not married? If you reach old age and you're still together, married or not, I think that counts as a win. Aw, that's true. That's true. Marriage is not for everyone, you know? As long as they're happy together. Because being married legally has its pros and its cons, you know? It really does. I always think of, like, for health purposes, for financial security and stuff, it makes sense to get married, but then other times there might be reasons why it's better not to be, so. That's really sweet, though, Hyde. That's really sweet. Hyde, you're so smart. You should take your own advice, and you and Gala hurry up and get married and stuff, or, you know, be together. I don't know, are you guys, like, together, or... I don't know. Alright, Bailey's. August 10th. Freelance designer and #1 pumpkin spice fan. No pumpkin spice for you here. Sorry. My true feelings are too strong. Sweet, nourishing, healthy chocolate. There's the Zobo. Traditional Nigerian drink with an invigorating ginger kick supported by cloves and pineapple. Oh. So that's what the yellow thing was. And since we're talking about taking some time, you should also use that time to figure out what you want. Otherwise, the best you'll get is a wedding, based on your skewed idea of what Lua's wedding should be. That sounds pretty sad to me. Aww. Well, that wasn't pleasant to hear. Bailey's. But it also wasn't wrong. Give her time and figure out what I want, huh? Sounds so simple. Should have thought of about that before, I guess. You're not bad at this tough love thing, are you, Hyde? Yeah, he's like the master of it. Perhaps I should consider a career in couples counseling. Honestly, maybe. Seriously, but not just couples counseling, because you were also helping Lucas, and that was like life goals, career counseling. That doesn't sound nearly as much fun as modeling, doesn't it? Modeling gets old after a while. I thought you were having a good time in LA. I was. Until I wasn't. I'm moving to Seattle, in fact. I kept my contract with the agency, just in case. But there aren't many modeling jobs to be had here. Really? What are you going to do then? Go back to my mafia dwarf buddies, of course. You don't know the story. Come on, I'm obviously kidding. It's hard to tell with you, okay? Are you? Phew. I wouldn't go back to them. I'd go back to being chased by them. Yeah, those are the guys that Gala saved you from. Besides, I checked in on them, and everyone I used to find entertaining has retired now. Meanwhile, the grandkids manage the whole enterprise, like it's some sort of startup. Are we seriously talking about the Mafia right now? That's a new look for Bailey's, to have his hand on his face. The hand looks a little strange, like it doesn't look as elf-like as his face does. It looks more manly, so I'm like, whoa, you got some manly hands there for a pretty boy. That's for me to know, and for you to wonder about. Mr. Hyde likes to play a little. Guilty as charged. I can't help it. When I see an earnest face, I have to tease it. I'll take that as a compliment. But also, what's wrong with managing things like a startup? Sounds like a pretty efficient approach, right? You young people. Impatient in business like you're impatient in love. Efficiency isn't everything. I have all the time in the world. I don't care if things are done fast. I want them done right. That's a good approach. Maybe you should go into slow fashion. Or fine arts. If you paint with oils, that'll take some proper time. Huh. Fine arts were the first thing I got good at a few centuries ago. But my style isn't trendy nowadays. Too much chiaroscuro lighting. And putting blue in skin tones isn't novel anymore. Hey, you got blue in your tone, but that's because you're a vampire, so. If you're insinuating that you're Rembrandt... Shh. If my mafia buddies find out, I'll be in trouble. Oh yeah, he's a graphic designer, so... If anyone could talk fine arts with him, it would be him. It would be Bailey's. You're always joking around, Hyde. For all that you don't sugarcoat your advice, you're a pretty good listener. I hope you also have people who listen to you. He does. He has Gala. I'm moving here to be closer to them. Oh, you little cute tsundere. You're talking about Gala. Yes. Yes, the shipping. They know what I want. They know what I want and they're giving it to me. What was that? Nothing. I believe your phone's ringing. Ah, it's Lua. She's done with work for the day, finally. In a hurry to leave here, Mr. Bailey's? No, not at all. But I am looking forward to going home. Makeup sex? Maybe. At least kiss and makeup. And keep bickering? Nah, I don't think so. I had an epiphany just now. Must be something in the drink. I'm going to leave the topic alone for a little while. Good elf. Enjoy your night, then. I think I will. Thanks, Hyde. And thanks, Ben. Of course. Have a good night, Mr. Bailey's. Mr. Hyde, what was that about the Mafia and modeling and fine arts? Are you genuinely considering a career change? Oh, all I'm considering right now is whether my car got nicked. I know Old Man Georgie said this area is safe, and it's a bit of a pile of junk. But it's a pile of junk with sentimental value. I sense a story. It's quite a story, indeed. But I'll make it short, because it's getting pretty late. I got this car many moons ago, back when Gala was my bodyguard. I had been stuck in Seattle for a while, working day in and day out. At some point I decided that I needed a proper break. But you know Gala, he's a bit of a stickler for the rules. There was no way I could have a night out in the middle of a big job. Not on his watch. So you slipped his watch? Aha! You know me well, Bin. Some friends and I, we decided to get together. I was to provide the ride, they provided the entertainment. I did the usual thing. I waited until Gala was sound asleep. Then I left a pile of pillows under the duvet, Hyde-shaped, and I snuck out of the hotel room. There was only one problem. Gala was my chauffeur as well. He had your car keys. He had my car keys. And I wasn't about to poke the werewolf. So I went to the nearest dealership and got the cheapest car I could find. I only intended to keep it for the night, you see. I'll spare you the details, but my friends and I, we drove to a lovely spot with a view. For the sort of action which, I admit, might appear ambiguous from the outside, but to me was very enjoyable indeed. Aha! We were right in the thick of it. Your friends and you? Were you doing what I think y'all were doing? like a make-out point where a lot of people drive up and they're like, oh yeah, this is the hot spot to make out and do other things. When suddenly, we hear a tap on the window. Let me guess, that was Gala? The wolf himself. He appears inside. Then he starts banging on the door so hard the whole car is shaking. We all just kind of freeze, and then he says, how dare you kidnap Mr. Hyde? Oh, Gala, you're such a cinnamon roll. Opens the door and tosses my dates outside. I love how you had dates multiple. Oh, you naughty boy. Mr. Hyde, you're not winding me up, are you? Oh, Ben, I wish. Naughty man. Sorry, it still sends me into a fit just to think about it. You princess carried me out of the car, if you can believe that. Oh my, and how clothed were you, Hyde? That's a conscientious bodyguard, if I ever heard of one. Right, truly earning his yearly bonus. I didn't even have to explain the I didn't even have the chance to explain the situation. At least not until he removed my gag. Oh, that's why he thought, oh my, naughty indeed. Well, we saw the handcuffs, so clearly he has some kinky taste, you know? I'm not judging. I'm not judging, man. You do what you gotta do. Gala acted like he was angry, but in reality he was mortified. If not as mortified as my dates, whom I had to pick out of the grass. Poor Gala. Bin, I see where your allegiance lies. In this case, yes, poor Gala. Personally, I say, poor me. You're the one who snuck out. I never saw those lovely friends again after that fiasco. But I couldn't be angry at Gala even then. In fact, I found his chivalry rather charming. He didn't seem to find my antics quite as charming, though. He had woken up, hadn't found me, and was already suspecting the worst. And that was before he discovered me in a strange car in the middle of nowhere, in a compromising position. I think he was truly terrified on my account. So he stopped talking to me for a few weeks. That doesn't sound unfair. I suppose it wasn't. He also wouldn't give me my car keys back. I got stuck with this old thing you can see outside. And the worst of it is, if you can believe it, I decided as a grand gesture to chauffeur him around in it. He stopped sulking really quickly after that. I suspect he wasn't a huge fan of my driving. Anyhow, I decided to keep the car in the end for whatever reason. For sentimental reasons. My car collection has had some serious turnover, but this one isn't going anywhere. It must have replaced everything inside it a dozen times over. Aw, you really love Gala. Y'all are so cute. And it's very banged up. But I guess I've grown fond of it by now. We're both a little stuck in time, this car and I. You're rather more sentimental than I thought, Mr. Hyde. Sentimental, hmm? That's what you took away from that story? But I suppose you're right. Good thing it's only us here. I can plausibly deny this conversation ever took place. Still, the rain has stopped and this is my cue to go, before I lose all my remaining cred. I hope the car is safe and sound. So do I. And Bin? Yes. No, nothing. Have a good night. Good night, Mr. Hyde. I love these characters so much. And safe journey home. Damn, y'all. That was really good. I want all my babies to have their little happy endings, you know? Monday, September 25th. Alright, first wave of visa applications to Europe rejected for failure to include passport signatures. Oh no, that's reminding me of Arstotska. Papers, Please. Papers, Please is a really fun game. I'm not great at it, but I had fun. The Rise and Fall of Weirdstein box offices. A brief history. Sold out replica astronaut suits experience an extreme increase in sales. How many of you aliens are using those suits all of a sudden, huh? What's going on? Alright, but I think we're gonna leave this episode right here. It's a little short, but that's because of, you know, me going halfway last time and all of that. But I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. And until next time, have a nice day. Bye!